we've got our special guests here. Here are Mike and here are Balla. Welcome, gentlemen. It's so great to have you here. It's a real honor and pleasure. And I know you're busy. And congratulations on the new album and this incredible music that you're delivering to all of us here in America, but around the world. Great to have you guys here. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Very much.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
So you're coming to us from Beantown, from Boston, huh?
Correct.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on the album. But first, before we talk about the album, tell us how you guys came together. Of course, Silk Road Ensemble is extraordinary. Yo-Yo Ma's Baby. We had Shane Shanahan on from the group a couple of weeks back, and he was terrific, and he was doing some demonstrations of his musicianship. How did you guys form this incredible group that you have now? Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, we met in 2008, actually, when I was still living in New York and Balla was in Boston. And we met by doing some educational visits through Silk Road originally. And honestly, we just kind of connected personally and musically. And we started looking for ways to perform as a duo and in other configurations. And then by the time I moved to Boston, like 12 years ago, we were already kind of, in touch. And so we started playing as a duo a whole lot more. And, I was learning a lot more of Balla's music from the jelly tradition of Mali, which I'll let him talk more about. But it basically, I was involving Balla in some of my projects and he was inviting me into his projects. And before we knew it, our duo had ballooned into this large 6-piece band where we've got 2 West African percussionists and then 2 other like guitar and bass players from America. And what just was so exciting was how immediately like synthesized it felt as a band. And so everything just felt good from the first moment when we played together. And still to this day, it's the loudest group I've ever been a part of. Because, like Balla, playing the balafon, which again, I'll let him talk about. But that in combination with the djembe and the talking drum, I like to call these instruments, they're like outdoor instruments. They carry so much power. And I just imagine them, being designed to be played outside. Whereas I play this fragile cello in comparison, which I think of as like an indoor instrument. And so that with electric guitar, electric bass, and basically the wave that this band creates is just really exciting to ride. And so we've been playing together as a 6-piece band since for 6-7 years, and we finally got our act together, Jim, and we recorded our debut album last fall, and it's finally gonna get released this October 2025.
Congratulations. And there we have on the screen. Tell us about the cover, which means a great deal, and a little about the title and more about it, Balla. And welcome.
Thank you. Well, the covers just look like Mike and I in a little, what do you call that? I won't say a boat, but where I came from in Mali, we don't have an ocean.
So Ben Khan, the album name means agreement, and so even though the music is a combination of American and West African styles, we really wanted to evoke Mali in the image. So we did some research and found this picture that really spoke to Balla and I, because we actually live near each other in Boston, even though he grew up in Mali and I grew up in Kansas. And it's only through music that people like us would have the opportunity not just to meet but to get to know each other very well. And so that image of those 2 people on the boat, working together, with some common purpose, felt very evocative of what we're trying to accomplish with this band.
What part of Kansas do you hail from?
Just a suburb of Kansas City. Overland Park, Kansas is where I grew up, and it's a very nice place to live. But I think my impression as a child was there wasn't much happening there. And so I think, honestly, that's part of why I'm so interested and curious about music from across the world, because music has been the vehicle for me to access people and places that feel just so far from where I came from.
Yeah.
And so that's what's really meaningful for me about music is not just learning the tunes, but getting to know the people and getting to know Balla and the other musicians in this band as an example.
Exactly, exactly. Mike did a nice job talking about the cover, Bala. Did you want to add in? You were mentioning there's no oceans, but yet these kinds of waterways, and that's a part of the look for the cover.
Well, that represent we start uh but out
I think your audio is going in and out a little bit there, Bala. We're hearing it's skipping a little bit on your end, a little
oh,
bit there.
how about now? Can you guys
Yes. Yep. Getting better. Yep.
beautiful. Yeah, so I mean I might cover already. I was
Still going in and out a little bit. It's going in and out. You hear it going in and out, Mike, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little
it's going in and
choppy.
out. A
so how
little
about
choppy. Um,
is that
It seems like it's more of your maybe your connection, Balla.
yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if you have Wi-Fi to sign on to or anything, but
Uh well yeah, uh, I don't know what happened here, but it
a
says
little bit good. It's good
now
now.
now it's good. Yeah, so just keep talking about how it's not working, and then we'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, remember the guy with the what was it? The Verizon? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
yeah, I want everything to work. But I mean the covers like what, in a mile.
Still going out. Yeah, the audio's still going out. I love the hat. I'm a hat guy. I love the hat, Bala. It's a cool hat. It's a nice hat.
Thank
Sometimes I've worn them on the show too. That's a great hat. Great look.
you
Uh,
very
but
much.
it is, I don't know if there's a wire loose or maybe something that's not jiving there or because
Uh
the video is terrific with both of you. The video is great. It's just the audio is a little,
okay.
um,
I check the uh
yeah. Maybe come out and test it a little bit. How's
okay.
that? Yeah.
How's that? Is that work better?
It sounds so far, yeah. It's a little hide and seek. But so you
Well,
would,
well, I
you
was
would,
just gonna say this is such a good segue to say, and like one of the things I love about hanging out with Balla and particularly performing with Balla is I never know what's gonna happen.
so this is part of his shtick. This is part of the whole presentation, right? I love it.
Oh, now
Darn
you're on mute, Balla.
Well,
Oh, there you are.
well, well, that's the best part. Uh, sometimes as you other hand, when I'm doing in the classical stuff, so I don't never know what is gonna happen until I know it's happening.
Yeah.
See, he did that just to see if you and I were on our toes and if we were really professionals, Mike. That's what it was. So he's got the test. We passed the test. But Bala, tell us, it's this wonderful blending, which I think is unique and spectacular, of the West African vibe and music with bits of American folk and other genres sort of blended in. Tell us about that and how you wanted to bring that to all of us through this group.
Well, when it came to music, can you guys can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
What is
we're giving you the full screen.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So what is I love about this blending? First of all, my understanding when it comes to music is only music is only the things today who can bring such different people in a different background without fear. Okay. So I don't need to be American to be playing the music with an American. And then Mike, as American, don't need to be African to play the music with African. That's what the music do. Okay, so that blending, and the other hand, if you look at it, our instrument, if it's all look a difference, but it's all trees. cello is made out of wood, balafon is made out of wood. You see what I mean? So I believe today, I don't think none of us can survive in the real world without trees, because we that's a part of us, human nature, right?
Hmm.
So that's why bringing in those two instruments is, you don't get to see that the daily, basic, especially here in America. And
Right, exactly.
yeah, we're the kind of person who like to make the impossible possible. You know what I mean?
How did you first learn music and study music and to pick up the first instrument when you were a kid? Did you come from a family household filled with music?
This instrument I played, called balafon. This is my family instrument going back to 13th century. Not the instrument you're looking at in my hand, but the history of the instrument. Even today, the very first balafon ever made, 800 years old instrument, still in my family.
Mm.
That's being passed down generation to generation. So basically, what I'm trying to say here, we've been practicing this tradition 400 years before United States exists. See, so learn from my dad. He learned from his dad. She just been passing down generation to generation. So music is have a really important role in our society, especially the tribe I came from, Mandinka tribe. We're not just entertaining or performing. We recounted the family history through the music. See?
Yeah, that's incredible. It is, and you're sharing it with all of us, with new generations who are being exposed to it, who might not have been aware of it. It's an extraordinary instrument, and you're a master of it. And Mike, for you, how did you get your early beginnings? Did you grow up in a household filled with music? And I had a conversation with a Juilliard grad a few years ago, and we were talking about the cello. And I said, whenever I hear the sound of the cello, whether it's singular or a group of cellos or in an orchestra, whatever, Christmas music, the cello, all of it, it really rocks my world. It
Mm.
stops me. It stops traffic. It's the instrument that will stop traffic for me. And tried to figure out why. And I said, well, I think if the human heart made a sound that mimicked an instrument for some reason, for me, it's that warm, melancholy depth of the cello. The Juilliard grad had said, totally understandable. Makes sense, Jim. I said, oh, it does? He said, it makes sense. He said, because it's one of the instruments that's closest in sound to the human voice, and you are humanizing this instrument. And when you hear it and you hear those low, beautiful, melancholy, warm tones, it sort of puts a period on a sentence. It's saying, here's what it's all about, Alfie, for some reason for me with the cello. Does that make sense as the brilliant cellist that you are, what I'm relaying?
Well, totally. I think it's great that you also appreciate that cello is the greatest instrument in the world. And it's just, it can do anything and everything that one would want musically. And it's true, yeah, it kind of mirrors the human voice range in a nice way. I grew up playing cello in a family of classical musicians, Western classical musicians. So I did like a very different path than Balla, where instead of learning this family tradition from my father, for example, I was enrolled in Suzuki violin and then cello lessons with a symphony member from the Kansas City Symphony growing up, and then I went to college to study music, Cleveland Institute of Music, and then graduate school at Juilliard, as you mentioned. And so I was on this path where you know the teaching for cello is so organized, and every teacher along the way knows all of the pieces that you should be playing if you play the cello. And I think year after year, something inside of me was starting to feel all the more conflicted because I loved the instrument, as do you, Jim. But there was a whole world of music out there that I still wanted to access that none of my teachers were asking me or showing me how to play. And so it was really like at, in college, at Juilliard, and after school when I really dove in and tried to learn, and immerse myself in a lot of different styles of music and different cultural experiences. And that's how I met the Silk Road Ensemble with Yo-Yo Ma. I went on my first tour with that group in 2005, and suddenly I was on stage next to instruments I had never seen before, and those experiences were so inspiring to just know that the world of music is way bigger than anything that I personally had encountered yet. And so I've just really been on this path of exploration and connection, trying to find other like-minded musicians like Balla. I mean, it's not just that we happen to live in Boston that we play together, but I play the cello and I was looking for something else, and Balla plays his style of music, but we were both trying to cross borders, and we found each other once we left our styles of origin. That's how we were able to connect. And even though we're both curious and trying to engage with the world of music, I also love that Ball and I both play instruments that are traditionally played sitting down.
Right.
And both of us in our own separate ways figured out how to stand up with our instruments. So Balla plays his ballaphones instead of seated on the ground, like up on keyboard stands. And I designed a strap to play my cello standing up. So both of us, can engage a lot more physically in our music than we were trained to, so to speak. And so that's just an example of how, even though we came from different places, the fact that we found such resonance with each other, it manifests, even just in the fact of how we physically play our instruments. We're both doing it in a way that nobody asked us to when we were learning.
It's really beautiful because it even though it's music, there's also a lot of inspiration and story that is aligned with it in terms of how the world is one big, beautiful place, and all these different unique voices and cultures and sounds and landscapes and all of it has a purpose and a reason and a value, and you can take elements of it and bring it together and create something new while still being true to form to those elements. And it's a great healer, a great unifier, and tells a story that's like a mosaic of all these different sounds and cultures, meaning that, in a time when the world seems upside down and crazy and I'm over here and you're over there and leave me alone and all this brings people together and unifies and says, listen to the incredible sounds, let them sweep you over, take you over. But there's a message about how you can all come together and make beautiful music in the way that you guys do, right? Am I on point with that?
Totally.
Tell us more about that, Balla, the importance of that.
Well, for me, the way I seen between Mike and I, like coming together doing this, I feel like right now the positive things for me right now to be able to do is just to find a new way to share culture. Like when I say culture, because we all have some culture at some point, either African culture or the American culture. So sometimes the best way the people that recognize that is through the music without, I believe, without offending anybody. You know what I mean? Because no matter what you do today, sometimes it might find a difficulty or a different a different way to do it. And from my point of view on this, what I appreciated most about joining this with Mike, because I feel like uh, we we're in a journey. You know what I mean? We're in a journey when it comes to music, because first of all, uh, it's a different tradition, different culture, but and the other way to be able to go where we want to without breaking the law in a positive way. What I mean about that, because sometimes when it mentioned here, for example, in America, breaking the law, people automatically think like doing something crazy. That's not what I meant. Like for us, what Mike just said about wearing an cello, creating the stripes. You don't usually see that when it's classical music world. Usually all sit down, look at- and for me to sit in the ground. So
Mhm.
just to be able to do that in my culture, that's working a lot. So I feel like Mike is doing the same thing, but in a positive way. So that also can bring beautiful things for people to see. Or so not just as a cello player, cannot just always be too high flexible, doing something enjoying a lot. And as a balafon player, if I'm sitting in the ground, everybody's standing up. So sometimes it's not even fun. It's going to enjoy it because if you want to dance, we can dance by sitting on the floor.
Mhm.
It-
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
So I just love everything about this what we're doing right now, especially the world we live in right now. This is the best things I want to for a while. I won't say for rest of my life, but for doing for a very
You second that emotion, Mike?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think what Balla's what I've learned from playing with Balla is like, you know, like like I was saying, like I don't really know what's gonna happen when we have a show, but the things that like when we have our percussionists like suddenly run out into the audience and get the audience doing call and response, like there are things that take me by surprise, and that Balla's saying like break the law in a positive way. It's sort of like breaking expectations and not holding back. Really, it's just this commitment to giving and to engaging that is really exciting. And when I'm with Djékady and playing with the whole band, like I'm just kind of swept up in this like total commitment. And I think we're just trying to bombard the audience with this positivity and and I think the multicultural angle of it is like I'm in the band and I still don't understand everything that's happening on stage. And
Right.
that's I mean, I don't full I like I've learned as much as I can and about what Balla is doing on the balafon, but like there's still instincts that he shares with the percussionists, and they all hit something together in a certain way that I didn't see coming. And I'm like, well, how did they all know that was about to happen? It's like I think this is where we're all kind of benefiting on like pooling our instincts, which are not we have our the Venn diagram is not fully overlapping, right? So that's what's exciting to me about a multicultural collaboration, which is there's going to be people who come because they like to see the cello, and maybe they like to see the cello in a unique setting, but they're going to be also seeing all sorts of things that they might not totally understand. But then we've got our we played in Michigan 2 days ago, and we met a Ugandan musician who was coming to our show, and he was feeling connected to what Balla was doing, but it was different than the music from Uganda, and then his exposure to cello was maybe minimal, and so
Mm.
there's like in every direction everybody's going to be able to encounter something fresh and exciting, and hopefully be able to latch on to something familiar as well.
Tell us about some of the other incredible folks you have that accompany you in the group and how you assembled them and brought them together so you have this extraordinary sound.
Yeah, Bal, you want to talk about Idrissa and Mamadou?
the guy who played the calabash in his talking drum, from Mali as well. Uh, I've been playing with for quite some and what is to bring to the table. Because of this day, first of all, those gourds you're looking at, the calabash, that's just something we used to use for a lot of different purposes. But now, since it's not easy, always not always easy to travel with the drum set, the whole drum set, we find a way to use this gourd It sounds like the kick drum. Okay, that's put it out, uh, sort of back of water and sound deep. So then we find a way to mic it, and then you don't need to travel with the whole drum set. So they
Mm.
talk this little tiny drum, and I know why they call him talking so tiny, but I have lots of they put the arm and make all kind of different sounds.
Mm.
And then djembe, that's a really popular instrument now. I would say not just in Africa, but in the globes, because just the name of it, part of it like groups also similar with because when you say J, that's coming together, bang and peace. That's the name of that hand drum djembe. So combine all those together with the cello, and then those are the other two guys. I let Mike talk about that look and the second mic because we have two mic.
That's true. Actually, I want to make sure the last thing
Yeah.
Balla was saying is so beautiful, even though it's still cutting out a little bit.
Cutting it out. Yeah.
But and I was only learning this when we were naming the band. So our band's name is Djékady. J means it's good, and Kadi means coming together. So it's good to come together is our band name, but djembe starts with the same DJE, J, and that means it's good, and mbe means peace. So it's good to come in peace, bringing people together that way is this name of this instrument that a lot of people know, but in this West African tradition, it's just such a rich texture that that Mamadou plays. But the other Americans in our band are Luke Okerlund, an electric guitar prodigy who also makes his own instruments. It's really incredible. And then also Mike Rivard is our bass player. He's kind of a Boston legend in the global fusion scene because he's been leading a band here for decades called Club Delph. And in addition to playing bass, he's also studied the Moroccan instrument sintir, which you actually see in the picture displayed now. And he's gone to Morocco multiple times to study the sintir and work with musicians in the Gnawan tradition there. And so he was such a natural fit, not only to like really help groove our foundation as a bass player, but bringing in yet another West African element into our band's sound. And on some of the tracks, he plays the sintir, and he's brought us some of these Gnawan melodies from Morocco as well. And so that's sort of the idea was like how can we find this balance between West Africa and America to really keep this conversation, going both ways, where it's not just, it's not just us learning African music, but
Right.
it's a two-way conversation where we're asking, Balla and Idrissa and Mamadou to learn our music and see what, because when I bring them a bluegrass song or an old-time fiddle tune, they're infusing it with such richness that, none of the bluegrass bands I've played with would ever think to play them in that way. So that kind of freshness in both directions is, I think, what's really exciting.
Tell us about and congratulations on the new music and the album. Tell us about the album and what people can expect when they hear it. What was your vision, your hope? What do you hope people are left with when they hear the music on the new album?
Yeah, I mean, the mission of the band is kind of to, Balla lives in America, and he's had kids and raised an American family. I, grew up in America myself, but I found myself playing an instrument that's not American. The cello originally is Italian and is from the European classical music scene. So, do I have any more claim to American music than Balla? Not really. I grew up playing Beethoven. And so from the beginning, we were trying to ask ourselves, this question, which is who are we and what music is ours? And so our mission is to expand the sound of American music. It can include myself playing a non-American instrument. It can include Balla bringing his tradition that by definition of him now being American is American music, even if it started somewhere else. And so the album itself kind of ping pongs back and forth of like a tune of Balla's, a tune of mine, a traditional Malian song, a traditional American fiddle tune, And then, so many of the tunes Ball and I have written, and so it's this conversation kind of back and forth across the ocean, where everything is kind of combined in a new sound, but we're really having a conversation across the continents to see how we can hear things in a new way.
Somebody was actually one of our viewers. Everybody's saying hello to you. They're watching around the world, and they were asking if Balla had children to pass down, the instruments, your instruments, to pass them down to your children, Balla. Are they also musically inclined as well?
Oh, totally. And that's a part of the rule, and that's a part of tell my kid they need Obama or whoever they have to have the balafon with them. And my son was a month old saying, up abilities to find the balafon for him.
The sound is still going in and out a little bit there. I don't know if you want to hit the computer or it's going in a little bit, in and out. It's like skipping.
Yeah, my kid, they both play. My son, they both play the balafon. That's a part of the tradition. And it's not because they was born here in America, but they echo as this legacy as me. You see, so my two kids, they playing. They both at college right now, but they have no choice bringing the balafon with them in the college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it works.
What is? Do you have a certain listener, consumer of the music in mind, or is it really for anybody, all generations, all ages, all backgrounds, all cultures?
It's everybody, right, Balla?
No limitation. Everybody.
I mean, that's what's fun about this band is, we actually in Michigan just on Sunday we played for what I think is largely a classical music festival. And boy, did we get them up and dancing in a way that maybe they had not felt before. But we can also play at a festival where we played the Sisters Folk Festival last year in Oregon, and like these are people who came to dance and are ready to party, and here we are bringing this brand new sound to them, and so it's like I think what I appreciate about this band is the different demographics that we're able to play for. They all see different things in us, and so I think we have Balla. I don't think we've played for an audience that hasn't got up and danced yet.
No.
We get everybody feeling the music pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, do you find that people are moving around? Are they sitting still when they're listening, or is it for something that gets them really, excited and charged up and enthused when they hear the various sounds?
Yeah, I mean the arc of the set really brings people to their feet through the show. So we've got some sensitive songs and some meaningful, intimate pieces that we like to share. But the peak of this band is so high and so energetic that I don't think we've ever had an audience that stayed seating the whole time. Yeah.
And of course, the affiliation with Yo-Yo Ma's Silk Road Ensemble. What has that been like for each of you as well?
Well, it's been, mind blowing being part of the Silk Road. Always was my dream come true. To start with, because I always wanted to be able to share and also be able to learn, because I feel like you can never say, oh, no, I don't need to learn anymore. I've learned everything. You're not going to find anybody who's going to say, oh, no, I know everything. So my mission was just to be something, but be part of something very, how do you say, something the whole world can appreciate. And then I feel that's what the Silk Road been doing the last 25 years, 22 years. Since I've been part of a Silk Road since 2009, because I think I'm the new member to join 2009. Since then, it's just been dream come true for me.
I can imagine. Absolutely, Balla. It's for you as well, Mike.
Of course, yeah. I mean, originally when Yo-Yo Ma was touring with the ensemble as a cello player, it was a very unique position to be in, next to Yo-Yo and getting to learn directly. But really, over the years, connecting to all the members of the ensemble has just been like a life-changing experience. Yeah.
You mentioned quickly too that there will be a tour and things of that nature that will be happening surrounding this new album, right? Some exciting things will be happening in the future.
Yeah, the album comes out here October 17th. And then we just filmed some new music videos that we'll be excited to share this fall. And we're putting together our album release tour for next year. And so people can, go to our website, as you posted earlier, djekadyband.com. And we've just launched our socials, our band specific socials account. So you can find Djékady Band on Instagram and other places. So we're really excited to share stuff with people in the near future.
I like to ask sometimes on this show and even in my professional work in television and radio, what are some of those things, those blessings and joys in your life that cause you to do what you do and continue to create what you create for the good of all of us? Balla, what are some of those blessings and joys in your life that fill you with everything you need to create this incredible music?
Okay, can you repeat that question again? I don't think I hear it.
What are some of those blessings and joys in your life that fill you up to sort of foster your desire to create all of this beautiful music for us?
Well, wow, that's really a great and a deep question. For me, uh, what is just more exciting to me, that to be able to create all this music. Anytime I'm around with uh, a good musician like a Mike, for example, like to give it a quick example, that inspired me, and then also seeing my instrument every daily basic, that motivate me to create the music anytime I want. I think that's a part of the reason I don't want to live anywhere where I cannot play my balafon. So here in my house, I have a balafon every single room in my house, in my living room, everywhere. So anytime something comes to me, I can just have the access to my instrument. I think that motivated me and my kid.
I love that. Every room in his house has a lamp and a balafon. That's fantastic. I love that. And Mike, I know you have to scoot off soon. What are some of those blessings and joys in your life that fill you to do what you do in terms of creating this incredible music all these years for all of us?
Yeah, it's really feeling connected, to other people in the world around, and I think over the years, like just really knowing the power that staying connected to audiences and to other musicians has, for everyone involved. It's like not just for me, but music is something we're able to share, and that's been a really big learning experience for me. Learning from different cultures and learning from Bala and this kind of focus on being able to share and feeling, like giving the opportunity to share the things that we're passionate about is the real blessing of music. Yeah.
It really is. Well, gentlemen, congratulations on everything that's happening with the group and the new music. Everybody go to get this. It's coming out on the 17th. You can learn more about the group, their individual backgrounds, and some of the other musicians and members of the group and other things they're working on by going to the website right there on the screen. And of course, all the music will be on all the platforms, Spotify and everywhere else. You'll be able to download too as well. Guys, this was really terrific and congratulations. And I hope to be at one of the concerts, between New York and Boston area. We're here in the tri-state, and it'd be a pleasure to meet you in person. And I thank you for all of the time. I know you're very busy, got to record and do some other things and teach, but hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I have with you, Balla. It was a pleasure.
I'm here. Thank you very much.
And Mike, it was a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Thank you so much for having us, Jim.
The pleasure is ours. We'll continue to spread the word about you guys, and certainly spread the word about the Jim Masters show. We would love that. If there's a message to this episode, it takes a village.
Yeah,
that's right.
Congratulations, guys, and keep the music playing for all of us, okay?
Thank you.
You be well. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. We thank Balla, and we thank Mike. Some teaching, and Balla's busy too. I love he has a balafon in every single room of his house. That is so cool. Everywhere he goes, he has that instrument there, picks it up, and whatever that room is giving him as far as inspiration and the people that are in that room, he starts playing, which I think is really cool. And there it is right there. He's holding it there. And of course, Mike has the beautiful cello. So yeah, maybe this is the first time you've learned about this group. Again, they are highly skilled musicians, vocalists. We're talking Grammy-winning, highly revered, educated, and but when you chat with them, they're just regular guys who love what they do. But you get them on stage, and they will knock you off your feet. They are that talented, and they've teamed up. And wow, the music that's happening is extraordinary. So make sure you get a chance to see them. Djékady, it's an amazing group and phenomenal sounds, a blend of the West African vibes and rhythms with American music, folk, and other genres that get mixed in, which is something really, really special and unique. I think you're going to love it. And again, if you want to learn more, just go to their website. We were showing that throughout the conversation. The website is right there on the screen, and you can find out about the tour that's going to be coming up, how to get the album as well. It's going to be filled with all these great sounds that are going to really fill your home and your life with beauty and rhythms and percussion and the sweet cello and all the other instruments as well. So really, really, really nice stuff. Thanks everybody for all these great comments as well. I see all of these fantastic people here that are some of our friends and fans of the show. Kathleen, thank you, Mike and Balla, for being here. It's great getting to know you. Wishing you continued success. Take care. Sherry Larson, Kathleen's in New York. And Sherry Larson, thank you, gentlemen, for being here this afternoon. Congratulations on the debut album. It is very, very exciting, It really is. And and Maureen is in Arizona. It sounds like your performance. I agree. Yeah, it is fun. It's absolutely rhythmic and percussive. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. All the best. What's still to come is lots of great music. And, in my professional work on the radio today, I interviewed a gentleman, Maureen, who's from Prescott, Arizona. Can you imagine that? Yeah, it's a small world. And Maureen lives in Arizona, one of our faithful Lovity viewers. So gang, terrific. More comments coming in. We thank you and continue to post the comments, even when the show is not live. We're live right now, but at the time of the show, but post some comments in the comments section, and we would love it. Hey, interact with us. Come see us again. We have so many great guests from all different backgrounds, right? From some of your favorite stars from television and from movies and music are here, as well as Broadway and Hollywood and sports and comedy and food. This Celebrity Talk Show series, we have everything and everyone. Just want to let you know that coming up very soon, the one and only Michelle Lee from Knots Landing, etc., is going to be joining us here on the show. Look for that coming soon. Going to be really something special. So look for that. And some recent guests, if you haven't seen them, we did a wonderful tribute to the incredible Gracie Allen, George Burns' Gracie Allen. Check that out. We had, of course, KC from the KC and the Sunshine Band. It was an incredible, exclusive, rare conversation. We went to his concert as well. Oh my God. It was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And Matteo Bocelli, who is the son of Andrea Bocelli, he was with us exclusively as well recently, and thousands of people are loving that from around the world. So everybody from Matteo Bocelli, live from Italy, to Casey and the Sunshine Band, to a tribute to Gracie Allen, to Michelle Lee that's coming up, and now the guys from this incredible group, Grammy-winning musicians and vocalists, Balla and Mike from Djékady, this extraordinary group. There's something for everybody here on JMS, gang. Something for everybody. We touch all genres of life, and I hope you enjoy that. Let us know. And Merlin here as well, watching in Canada. Thanks for explaining the music to us. It's always nice to hear a new style of music. Take care and good luck in the future. And a little blending of Canada and the United States, Merlin. Did you notice that? Our neighbors to the north, with Katy Perry and your former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as a couple at the time of our show. So America and Canada bonding once again. That's in the news lately. For those of you who, like those tidbits, wherever you're watching around the world, I know life is crazy. I know times are upside down. Come see us anytime you want. And don't forget to go back in the archives. We save all of these episodes. So you can go back and scroll back. You'll see some amazing people, TV stars, legendary musicians, and singers, and just so many cool people have come through here and are still coming through that you can watch again, or if you missed an episode, you can see them again. We thank everybody for watching. We thank everybody for supporting our show. Thank you, Maureen, as well. And Lovety does rock. It sure does. Absolutely. That's our word. I was telling the guys before we went live about Lovety, Loveity. Love and levity together. But yeah. What a great conversation. And you got a chance to hear some of the music in the video that we showed in the beginning. If you missed that, you came in late, you can see the video in the beginning where they're talking about the group and how the group was formed. And you can hear some of the sounds underneath their descriptions, which is awesome. So yeah, cool stuff. And we're on all the socials. Come see us. Say hi on Instagram and X and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you love what we're doing here, give us a comment below. Drop a comment below. Have you ever heard of the group before? Are you familiar with this kind of music? Are you familiar with the balafon, the instrument that Balla is an expert on? And of course, do you love cello and all these other instruments they talked about? So give this a thumbs up, like. We would love that. Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's easy to do that. There's a subscribe button. Sometimes it's red, sometimes it's black. You click it. There's no cost when you do that. I know you hear the word subscribe. You probably think, boy, what is this, a subscription to a magazine or something? No, it's just allowing us to know that you're a part of our family. And if you are a subscriber to a YouTube channel, thank you. There are thousands who are, and we see all of you, and we thank all of you for your time and attention, for believing in what this show is all about, enough to want to subscribe to the channel, which helps us grow big time when you do that. Liking, thumbs up, leaving a comment. We get a lot of that, and we thank you so much. We see all of them, appreciate all of them. We're in a busy time, and I just want you to know that we see everything, the likes, the comments, those folks who subscribe. when you do super chat, super emoji, and chat, all the we see it all and appreciate it all. It means a lot, and it also helps this show continue and grow and expand and get more of the great guests and amazing people here for you. And I have a kick out of doing it as well. So come see us again. If you ever see me looking over here, I'm looking at all the comments that are coming in. I know you're there, but sometimes I look here because there's, we get a lot of comments and a lot of action in the live chat. So good to have you here, gang. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And again, terrific guests coming in from Boston. They were in Boston today. One by way of West Africa originally, the other one, Kansas, USA originally, and the worlds collide and the music is amazing. All right, gang, we love having you here. Stay tuned for more great guests coming up. Oh boy. Well, we'll be teasing. Look on our social media. Follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, because we do post promos in advance about the guests when they're here with us, so you can get a chance to see who's coming up or who's been on the show. And if you're ever out and about and you miss something, don't fret. You can see these archived. And while we're here, thank you very much, Maureen Wiedepol there in Arizona. Thank you. She did a beautiful super chat, which you can do in the chat section, or you can even do it as super thanks, even when the shows aren't live. You are simply the best, Jim. I appreciate you so much. Perfect color, too. I love that sort of aqua green there. Thank you very much, Maureen. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, your profile photo is us, you and I, in New York City in front of Patsy's Italian restaurant when you came to the East Coast, and we got together with you and our other lovely Kathleen in New York, and we painted the town red, white, and blue and green. Thank you very much, Maureen, for that generosity and for supporting our show. We thank you so very, very much. It means the world. And that was a great evening, wasn't it? That was a terrific evening. We had a blast with that, getting together actually with hanging out with some of our lovely viewers was great. The Casey and the Sunshine Band concert just a couple of days ago was amazing. And I got a chance, of course, to see Casey backstage. He was really excited to be here on the Jim Masters Show. And the concert, if he comes to your town, go see them. It's unbelievable. All the hits and some other special surprises, lots of interaction. He tells all these funny stories, a lot of comedy, dancers and musicians. And it's a show. It's a real show. And everybody was on their feet. You were rarely in your seat. You're dancing to all the songs. That's the way I like it. And boogie shoes and everything. And Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band is 74, and time flies, and he knocks it out of the park, dancing and singing and playing. And again, all the incredible musicians and singers around him and the dancers with all of the video clips, and just the place was on fire. Everybody was, there were people with canes that were dancing. They didn't want to stay in the seat. That's Casey and the Sunshine Band, legendary 70s, 80s group. And again, if you didn't see it, we had the founder and creator, Casey, on the show recently, and it was awesome. So you can check that episode out archived on our YouTube channel. And it was really, really terrific. All right, gang. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, come see us again. We really appreciate you being here. We're coming at you live. We love that, LIVE. And I see more comments coming in. Everybody's saying they hope they get together. And when you're coming to Kansas, and when is this one coming to New York, and when's this one going here? That's cool. Maybe one day we'll have one big viewer party, right? We've talked about that. I know in the past we've talked about doing different things. We probably should, right? We've been doing this show for a long, long time, over half a decade plus, right? It's amazing. All right. Archive, like, comment, subscribe, have fun. Hope you enjoyed this one. I sure did. And even though there was some crazy technique, we were live, and some, sometimes when you're live, there's some technical things that's a little microphone in and out on Balla's and in the beginning, Mike had a little bit of a staticky sound. Sometimes it's just their connections, or maybe it's the Wi-Fi, or possibly there's some other equipment that's near their microphone and it picks up the sound. But it all worked out. We may edit some of that out maybe in the future, but it all worked out, and they're great guys. So we are having rigatoni and meatballs tonight. Yes, that's what I know, and I am starving. We're doing this in the afternoon right now. Whatever time you're watching this, if it's morning, noon, and night, I do want to say a quick hello to all of our viewers and fans. We hear from everybody, not just during the show, but I get so much feedback, in messages and everything throughout the week from our viewers and fans all across the United States, which is where we're based out of here in New York area. Our wonderful friends in Canada, as well as Mexico, all of North America. We have a lot of people we hear from, wonderful viewers and supporters and fans in South America. We love you, and we thank you as well, from Chile and Argentina and Brazil and all over. Throughout Europe, too, we have lots of viewers and fans who watch us in the UK, United Kingdom, England, and Scotland, Northern Ireland, and all of Ireland, as well as Sweden and Finland and Norway. We hear from the Netherlands. We hear from Germany. We hear from France and Spain and Italy and Greece, Portugal. It's amazing. We have viewers and fans, lots of them in Australia and New Zealand. We also hear from a lot of folks in Asia as well, too, in Japan and other parts. Wherever you're watching, we thank you very much for being here and watching us and supporting us. And we thank all of the guests and all of the fantastic viewers around the world. Wherever you're watching, you mean the world to us. So, yeah, I love it, Fest. Let's party, right? I know it's going to be a great supper. It sounds, I know, I can't wait to have it. It's sitting on the stove there. So it's been a busy day. Been on the radio all day today with the professional work, and then writing some scripts, and then working on these shows. And yeah, cool stuff. All right. So hope you guys are doing well wherever you're watching around the world. I'm your host, Jim Masters, as I said probably a few times before. We thank Mike and Balla for being with us here. Come see us again. It's a pleasure having you here, and you be well wherever you're watching around the world. Now, don't go anywhere, because another great episode is coming up. So I know I always say thanks and take care and be well, and we'll see you again. But on our YouTube channel, another terrific episode, comes up for you. So don't go anywhere. Stay on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Watch the past episodes. Watch the next great episode that comes up right here for you on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, home to the Jim Masters Show. All right. Good stuff, folks. We love having you here. Stay tuned for the next episode, and you guys be well. Take care of one another, love one another, and don't forget to do the same for yourself. And cheers.